Good morning, everyone. Oh, it's so dark in here today. As you can tell, I have my light here at the front, which is super bright in my face. I'm just creating my own mood and ambiance in class. Strange times call for appropriate measures. I love the smell of Nag Champa. So that's what I put in my room. So I encourage you to do the same. Last minute yoga class this morning. I knew I was going to flow this morning, so decided to open it up at the last minute. Good morning, Rebecca. So this morning, I don't really know what the yoga class is going to be about, but I'm going to trust that whatever we do this morning is exactly what we're supposed to do. So find a really, of course, nice, comfortable place to practice. I would definitely encourage you to get yourself a rolled up blanket or a towel, something that you can place over you underneath your knees. I also encourage you to find a block. If you have one, 2 blocks are always nice, something that can bring the ground up to you. And if that won't work, if you don't have blocks, then find 2 books that are about the same height, 2 Kleenex boxes, 2 sets of cans, whatever works for you. So today's yoga class is all levels, as all of mine always are, but I want you to practice to the level that feels comfortable for you. I am taping this, so if you're watching this later, please enjoy your yoga class. And although I am cueing, obviously, in the background, I want you to follow your lead. So don't do things that don't feel good. Don't do things that hurt, create sharp pain, anything like that. Listen to the cues within your own body. This is the challenge of doing online classes, is that, of course, we don't have anyone there to support us in real time, but we can do that job for ourselves. All right? So, Bodhi's with me this morning. We're going to do some twisting today because it feels like that's the appropriate thing to do. Go ahead and start on your back. Roll out your yoga mat. Feel free to put some music on in the background. Lie on your back. Let your feet fall out to the side. Tuck your shoulder blades a little bit under your back body. Open your arms up to the side. Let your palms open up to the ceiling, or simply bend your elbows and let your palms rest on your belly or on your heart. Close your eyes. Let your breath be natural. Smooth out any tension across your forehead, in your jaw area. And when it feels natural to you, start to deepen your breath by any amount. Let your air go a little further down your body, starting to fill your belly. Soften what you can soften. I'm going to go ahead on my yoga mat and join you. And if having your legs out all the way is placing some stress on your lower back, then you can go ahead and just bend your knees, placing your soles of your feet wide and letting your knees knock in. Whatever is most comfortable for you. Create some softness where you can find some softness. Find some expansion where your body is ready. And see if you can find a place within yourself to be okay with where you are right now. If you're feeling anxious, just notice. If you're feeling sore, just become aware. Don't try and judge it or categorize it or diminish it or expand it. Just notice what you notice. Please take today's yoga practice at your level. Allow it to be as strong and intense or as mellow and slow flow as you'd like. Follow your own lead. When you're ready, zip up the inseam of your legs, draw your legs together on the mat, point your toes out the front of your mat, and inhale your arms up over your head, stretching out through your fingertips, pressing out through your toes. Let your ribs come up towards the sky, and then exhale. Take a few normal, regular breaths. And one more time, press out through your toes, reach up over top of your head, reach a little further, let your lower back lift up off the ground, and exhale out your mouth. Bend your knees, bring one knee in, followed by the other, and just gently draw your knees towards your chest. And if it's comfortable, just let your body rock from side to side. Feeling your entire back body stretch out onto your yoga mat. Relaxing your face, lengthening your tailbone towards the front of your yoga mat. And then wrapping your arms just a little bit further around your shins. Press your shins down, drawing your knees closer to your armpits. Holding your right knee in nice and close, lengthen your left leg out towards the front of your mat, and take your right knee across your body, resting it on the left side of your yoga mat, opening your arm to the right, and either looking towards the ceiling or gently drawing your gaze over to the right-hand side. Nice, gentle opening down the right side body. Breathe deeply into your side ribs. Inhaling your right knee back to center, drawing it in, inviting your left leg in, squeezing both legs in, and then letting your right leg lengthen out to the front of your mat, and drawing your left bent leg across your body all the way to the right side. Opening your left arm out to the left, and taking your gaze any amount to the left-hand side. Just noticing if it feels different from one side to the other. Pressing your breath, drawing it into those areas that feel a little tighter. small effort. Drawing your knees back up to center. Bringing your right knee in with your left, squeezing them both in. This time, inhaling your forehead all the way towards your knees. Exhaling and squeezing your knees in just a little bit. Releasing your head back to the mat. Drawing both legs straight up to the ceiling. Flexing your feet as if you're standing on the ceiling. And because this is the first extension for me of the day. This is like a forward fold, even though you're lying on your back. Allow your knees to be bent as much as you would like them. Bring your feet hip distance apart and go back and forth, pressing your toes towards the ceiling and then drawing them towards your face. Back and forth, feeling all the motions of your ankle. And after you've done that 4 or 5 times, start to draw circles with your ankle in one direction. And then the other. Keeping your legs above your head, reaching towards the sky. Inhale your arms above your face. And then flex your wrists, drawing your palms as if you're standing on the ceiling with your soles of your feet and the palms of your hands, and then press your fingers the other way and point your toes. So back and forth, making them as big or as small as it feels comfortable. Feeling the stretch all the way down the front of your forearm and the back of your forearm. Separate every finger. Bring to stillness and then draw both your knees in, squeeze in a little more, draw your forehead back up, hold on to your right knee, stretch your left leg out, hovering over the ground on the left-hand side. Flex both your feet, hold it in, drawing your body up just a bit, and then switch, lengthen your right leg, bring your left knee in, and then switch. Back and forth, just a gentle opening, drawing your knee in just a little closer. If this is too much on your neck, just releasing your neck back to the ground. Pressing out through your heel, drawing your knee in. Everything else is staying nice and quiet, not a lot of extra motion. Just feel your legs pressing back and forth. Pointing your toes now for 6, for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw both your knees in, release your head, and when you're ready, rolling onto your side, coming to sit in a cross-legged seated position. Finding what is called Sukhasana, which is easy pose, which might not be so easy for you. So find what is most comfortable, and if it feels better to sit on the edge of a rolled up blanket, please do so, because that's going to tilt your pelvis forward a little bit. Sitting up nice and tall, draping the palms over top of your knees. Sit up nice and tall, bend your elbows, belly button to spine, curve all the way in, chin to chest. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall, broaden through the collarbones, lift your gaze. Exhale, chin to chest, roll your pelvis back. Separate your shoulder blades. Small movement. Inhale, look forward. Let your pelvis tilt forward. Lift your gaze. 2 more. All the way back, rounding through your back body. Inhale, opening up through the chest. Last one, all the way down. Belly button to spine. Inhale, tilt your pelvis forward, open through the collarbones, lift your gaze. Right arm walking out to the side, left arm, inhale, up and over top of your head, reaching out through your left fingertips, anchoring your left sitting bones to the ground. Option to spin your gaze up any amount. Reach a little further, feeling the opening all the way down the left rib cage. Inhaling back up to center, left arm goes down. Inhale, right arm up and over top of your head. Spin your gaze up. Anchoring that right sitting bone down, feeling the leverage as you press that down and reach up through your right fingertips. Now make it dynamic. Right arm goes down, left arm reaches up, big arc. Left arm down, inhale, exhale all the way over. Reach it, let it be dynamic, flowing from side to side. See if you can have your body going in an absolute lateral flexion, as if you're between two panes of glass, and your body is moving sideways as symmetrically as it can. Opening up your rotator cuff, opening your ribs, expanding your breath any amount. Keep going. For 4, 3, 2, last one, all the way over to the right. Releasing it, coming back, placing your right hand on the outside of your left knee. Walk your left hand behind you. Inhale to create length. Exhale to twist and open up to the left-hand side. Try not to lock out your left elbow. Use the leverage of your right hand on your left knee to open up even more. Inhale for length. Exhale, open up even more. Bring your gaze back to center. Release the twist. Walk your left hand over to your right knee. Walk your right hand behind you. Inhale for length. Exhale, twist to the right hand side. Meet your body where you're at, making sure you're stacking your head over top of your hips. Inhale for length. Exhale, rotate just a little more. Inhale your gaze back to center. Coming back, swapping out the fold of your legs. Inhaling just to create some extra length, and then exhale, start to walk your palms forward any amount. On your fingertips, reaching it forward as far as you can go. And when you get as far as you can go, sitting your sitting bones back and releasing your head between your biceps. Breathing into your back body. Finding some extra space all the way down the back of your lumbar spine. 2 more breaths. Walking your hands back, I'm just spinning my body, taking your hands behind you, placing your fingertips facing you and your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, exhale, press down into your feet, into your land, lift your hips. Just keeping your gaze towards the ceiling, press a little higher, then exhale, let it come all the way down. Bending your elbows, releasing your pelvis to the ground. Inhale, press down one more time, lift up, drawing your pelvis towards the sky. And if your shoulders are sore, exhale all the way down. And when you're coming up into this reverse table, no need to flip your shoulders fully open. It's okay if your shoulder heads loop forward a bit. So if you're sensitive in your shoulders, see what feels better for you. Inhale, exhale, last time, press down, lift up. This time, option to bring your gaze a little bit further up into the ceiling, drawing your head back any amount. Exhale all the way down. Cross your legs, roll over your ankles, and come into tabletop position. Bodhi is completely weirded out by my incense right now, so he's got his face all up in that. Wherever your blocks are, bring them to the front of your mat. Coming into tabletop, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Plant the tops of your feet into the ground. Coming into cat and cow, releasing your pelvis to the ground. Inhaling, looking forward, broadening through the collarbone, lifting your gaze. Exhale, press into your hands, belly button to spine, chin to chest. Pressing through your shoulder blades. Inhale, releasing down, opening up to the front of your mat. Exhale, press down, lift up, let it be dynamic. Going back and forth for a few more rounds. Bending your elbows, swaying your hips, find whatever motion feels good to you. As you drop your pelvis, you inhale. As you press into your hands, exhale, belly button to spine. Starting to flow just a bit. As you come forward, look a little higher. As you exhale, maybe sliding your pelvis back a bit towards your heels. Close your eyes. Three more rounds at your own pace. And when you're ready, bring your body back to stillness. Plant into your left hand, inhale, sweep your right arm up over top of your head. Press down into your left hand, reaching up with your right, gaze looking towards the ceiling. Exhale, sweep your right hand underneath your left, hovering your right palm over the floor. Inhale, sweep it back up, reach up. Exhale, right hand under left, all the way under. Inhale, sweeping up one more time. Exhale, bring your right hand down. Swapping sides, right hand down. Inhale, your left arm up. Reaching up, opening up. Exhale, sweep your left arm right underneath your right, hovering over the ground. Inhale, big arc all the way up. Exhale, all the way down and through. Inhale, left, last time. Reach up with your left fingertips and exhale your hands all the way down. Coming back, tucking your toes, sitting back to your hips towards your ankles, walking your hands, your fingertips out in front of you with an active child's pose, releasing your head down. Two more deep breaths. Inhale, walking your hands back to tabletop. Keeping your toes tucked, walking your feet back just a little more. Inhale, exhale, press down into your hands, lift your hips, coming back into downward facing dog. Making sure your knees are nice and bent, taking the time to stretch one leg out, then the other. Feet are hip distance apart. Your hands are on the same line, fingers spread apart, wrist creases parallel to the front of your mat. Bend your knees enough that you are one long line from your fingertips all the way up to your sitting bones in an inverted V. Releasing your head between your biceps. Pausing as you let one heel release towards the mat, bend your other knee. Get a nice stretch down the back of your leg. And when you're ready, switching it out, other heel towards the ground. Stilling both of your heels. Stand holding firmly into your left leg. Inhale your right leg up and back, reaching it back, pressing firmly back with your fingers and your hands. Reaching your right heel towards the sky. Releasing it back into downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up and back. Parallel your hips to the mat. Pressing back with your hands. Pressing back through your left heel. Finding the length. Finding the strength in your own body. Exhale, bring your left foot down. Release your knees to the mat. Knees apart, feet together, and releasing back into a passive child's pose. Let your head rest down, either on the ground on your forehead or underneath your palms. Child's pose is something that I will not be cueing often in yoga, but you can return here as many times as you like for as long as you like. So when your knees are apart and your feet are together, you'll feel the opening in your pelvis. If you draw your knees together and you release your body down, you'll feel the opening between your shoulder blades. More active with your arms ahead of you, more relaxing on your shoulders when you draw them back beside your body with your palms to the ceiling. When you're ready, lifting back up, placing your hands down, getting ready to go into downward dog and lifting into downward facing dog. Looking forward, walking your hands any amount all the way to the front of your mat, hip distance apart with your feet, releasing your head down for a forward fold. Keep your legs nice and bent, so much so that your belly is almost resting on your thighs. Release the crown of your head all the way to the ground. No wrinkles on the back of your neck. And option to use your blocks there. to bring your hands down onto the blocks or onto tented fingertips. Deep breathing, swaying back and forth, finding any space you can find. Starting to walk your hands up your legs, keeping your head in all the way. Once you get to standing, rise your head up. Inhale your arms up and over top of your head, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Releasing your hands behind your back, clasping your hands together, palms together. Pointer fingers pushing down towards the ground, broadening through the chest. Raising your gaze forward. Feeling all four corners of your feet firmly rooted into the ground. Your inner arches are lifting up. Feeling the front of your thighs nice and strong. Your kneecaps are rising. Broad through your collarbone, tailbone lengthening towards the ground. Crown lifting towards the ceiling. This is your Tadasana. Releasing your arms from behind your back, inhaling them up and over top of your head, clasping them above your head, hands together, pointer fingers straight up, and exhaling, side bending to the right. Bringing your arms to the right, letting your hips gently sway to the left. In a side bend, inhaling for length, exhaling to side bend even more. Breathing all the way into the left side body, pressing firmly into both your feet. Inhaling to come to center, exhaling to go to the left-hand side. Inhale for length, exhale, go a little deeper. Find your feet, making sure you're pressing firmly into both feet. Inhaling to come to center, exhaling, bringing your hands to heart center. Closing your eyes, finding just a moment of stillness. Just notice what it feels like to have your heartbeat just a little bit stronger. Releasing your hands down, reach up, inhale, look up, exhale, bend your knees, forward fold, all the way down. Inhale, hands on your shins to halfway lift, bend your knees. One long line, pressing back through your sits bones all the way through your crown. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse swan, sweep the arms up, all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands through heart center, keep folding all the way down. Releasing the crown, inhaling to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Keep going. Inhale your arms up, stretch up, look up, find space. Exhale, keep going all the way down, bend your knees, releasing your head down. Inhale to halfway lift. This time both hands down, take a big step back with your right foot, release your right knee to the mat, untuck your toes. Take a hold of your blocks or your cans or whatever you have. Inhale to come forward into modified crescent lunge. Making sure both of your feet are hip distance apart. Your hips are centered to the front of your mat. Allow your body to slide forward, feeling the stretch all the way down your right groin. Your left knee is tracking forward to your left toes. Broaden your chest. Deep breath. Take your blocks with you if you'd like. Exhale, hinge back. All the way back, raise your left foot up and let your body drape over your left leg. Half Hanumanasana or half monkey god pose. Do your best to keep your hips centered to the mat. It's okay to bend your left knee. Moving forward, inhaling, coming back into your modified lunge, raising your gaze. Exhale, hinging back all the way over your left leg. Inhale, come forward, back into the lunge. Exhale, all the way back, hinging back. Inhale, coming forward, move your blocks. Inhaling your arms up over top of your head, reaching up out of your pelvis. Exhale, hands down on the other side, tuck your back toes, coming back to plank. Releasing your knees to the mat, untucking your toes, coming down in one long line, all the way down onto your belly. Take your feet hip distance apart, tops of your feet rooted firmly into the mat. Place your hands beside your face. Inhale, exhale, press down into your pelvis, press into your feet, lift your upper body, baby cobra. Hovering your hands on either side. Pressing into your feet, lifting with the strength of your back body. 2 more breaths. Feeling the effort. Exhale, release your hands to the mat. Come back through tabletop, lift back into downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale, right foot through the right hand. Release your left knee to the mat, untuck your toes. Coming into a modified crescent moon lunge on the right hand side. Keeping your pelvis nice and symmetrical to the front of your mat. Tracking your body forward in one long line, broadening through your chest. No crunching in your lower back. If you're crunching and you're feeling the pressure back here, just lift up a bit. So no need to release your pelvis to the mat, especially if this is something that creates compression. So lifting up out of your crown at the same time that you're coming forward. Find the space that you have. Starting to move, bring your blocks with you. Exhale, hinging back, raising your right toe, folding over your right leg any amount. Breathing deep into your back body. Inhale, coming forward, back into your right leg, raising your gaze any amount. Exhale to fold. Come over your right leg one more time. Inhale, coming forward. Pressing forward with your hips. Exhale, come back over your legs, half Hanumanasana. Last time, coming forward. Exhale, folding back. This time, inhale, coming forward. Move your blocks, inhaling your hands up and over top of your head. Spreading your fingers, reaching up, looking forward. Exhale, placing your hands down, tucking your left toes, springing forward to the front of your mat. Inhaling to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse one. Sweep your arms up, reach up, look up. Exhale to fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Place both your hands back. Step back to plank and hold. Finding your version of plank, and your version of plank very well may be on your knees. Same concepts. If you're on your knees or if you're up on your feet, pressing down one long line. In full plank, your feet are hip distance apart, pressing back through your heels, reaching forward to the crown of your head. No swaying through your hips, lifting your hips. Lifting your hips to your line, engaging your abdominals, drawing your belly button to your spine. Feeling a small doming action between your shoulder blades. Feel the shake. Releasing your knees to the mat, untuck your toes, and draw down in one long line, nice and slow. Keeping your arms right back by your shoulders. Press down into your feet, coming into cobra, inhaling, coming up, pressing into your hands, looping your shoulder blades back and down your back, looking forward. Breathing deep. Reaching out to your crown. Exhale all the way down. Coming back through tabletop, pressing back into downward facing dog. This time going into high lunge, inhaling your right leg up and back. Exhale, right foot through the right hand. Staying nice and high on your back foot. Inhaling, hands to your hips, coming into high lunge. So if you feel like you're wobbly already, just step your left foot out to the side so that your feet feel like they're on train tracks. So bending your right knee forward towards 90 degrees. Keeping your hips nice and parallel to the front of your mat, stacking your left heel over top of your left toe pad, and inhaling your arms up over top of your head. Going a little lower, feeling the strength of your legs. Exhaling your hands to heart center. Releasing your left hand back down your thigh. Inhaling your right arm up, exalting your warrior. Looking up any amount. Look up, stretching up with your right hand, still pressing into your right knee. Inhaling back to center, hands to heart center. Hinging forward, twisting to the right, placing your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Pressing your hands together, leveraging off of your right knee, twisting open to the right. Still pressing back firmly with your left foot, reaching through your crown, telescoping your chest open to the right. 2 more breaths. Feeling the strength of your legs. 1 more breath. Releasing the pose, coming back, arms up in the center, finding your balance, pressing into your feet, lifting up on your hands, exhaling both hands down, stepping back to plank, release your knees to the mat, lower all the way down, inhaling into cobra, lifting up, exhaling all the way down, pressing back to your tabletop, lifting to downward facing dog. Finding your downward facing dog. Releasing your breath. Maybe take a couple breaths where you're inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And when you're ready, inhaling your left leg up and back. Exhale all the way through. Left foot through the left hand. Getting your foundation right. Pressing into both feet. Lifting up into high lunge. Your hands are on your hips. Paralleling your pelvis to the front of your mat, stacking your shoulders over top of your hips. Bend your left knee. Your left knee tracking forward with your left toes, high on the ball of your right foot. When you're ready, inhaling your arms up. Reaching up through your fingertips. All your fingers are spread nice and wide. Straightening your right leg. Exhaling your hands to heart center. You're exalting your warrior. Place your right hand on the back of your right thigh. Inhale your left arm up. Reaching back, looking up. Keeping your lower leg strong. 1 more breath. Inhaling both arms up. Exhaling hands to heart center, hinging forward. Rotating to the left, placing your right elbow on the outside of your left thigh, pressing into your left knee, opening your body to the left-hand side. Option to keep your gaze down to the ground or start to lift it. Find the strength of your legs, opening your chest to the left. Firm back right leg, pressing up on your toes for 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Releasing it, inhale, arms up, reach up, exhale, hands down on the other side, step back to plank, knees down, unwind all the way down. Cobra, inhale, press down, lift up, looking forward, exhale all the way down, and pressing back into your child's pose. Option to keep your hands forward or walking them back down beside your body. Breathing deep into your back body. Placing your hands forward, coming up just to sit on your heels with your toes tucked under. So if this is uncomfortable, you're welcome to sit like here. We're not going to be long. We're going to go into rabbit. So inhale, bring your arms behind you, palms together, index fingers reaching down. Inhale to create length. Exhale, bring the crown of your head about 1/2 foot in front of your knees. Roll onto your crown, lift up out of your pelvis, and allow your arms to come up and over top of your head any amount. Active pose. Lifting your shoulders away from your ears. One more breath. Untucking your toes, releasing all the way back into child's pose. Inhale, rise up. Coming back into downward facing dog when you're ready. Making sure your hands are set up properly, waving forward into plank, and coming into side plank on the right. Allow your feet to fall to the right hand side. Right arm stacked underneath right shoulder. Inhale your left arm up. Option to stack your feet or keep one staggered in front of the other. Lift your hips, keep your head up. Option to look forward or rise your gaze to the sky for one more breath. Press into your right arm, reach up with your left. Exhale, left hand down, back into plank, and coming onto the left hand side. Flip onto your left side, stagger your feet, press into your left arm, reach your right arm up. Either stack your feet or have them staggered. One more breath, press down, reach up, lift your hips. Exhale, hands down. Release your knees or come down in one long line all the way onto your belly. Inhale into cobra. Exhale all the way down. Two more times. Inhale, waving up. Exhale all the way down. One more time. Press down, lift up. Exhale all the way down. Press through tabletop and come into downward facing dog. Lift your gaze, look forward, and either walk or hop to the front of your mat into a forward fold. Releasing all the way down, take hold of opposite elbows. Bend your knees. Release your head between your biceps and sway your body from side to side. Let it be juicy. Enjoy it. You get to control your intensity. Meet yourself where you're at. Releasing your hands, inhaling to halfway lift. Let it be intentional. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up. Reach your arms up. Look up. Exhale to fold all the way down. Keep going. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Your option. Bend your knees, release down with your knees bent all the way down and come up into cobra, or come forward over top of your toes, come through chaturanga, flip your feet and inhale up to upward facing dog. Exhale, everyone lift back and meet in downward facing dog. So as we flow a little bit more, that's your choice. You either skip the flow and meet us in downward facing dog, take a moment in child's pose, or bend your knees, coming down in one long line, coming up into cobra or baby cobra, and then coming back through tabletop to downward facing dog, or you come down in chaturanga, inhale to upward facing dog, exhale, press back over your toes into downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up and back, exhale, right foot through to right hand, warrior two. Spin your left heel back on a 90-degree angle. Inhale your left arm up, over, and back. Right arm going forward. So right knee is pressing towards 90 degrees. Left leg is straight. Gaze is over top of your right fingertips. Go a little deeper. Making sure that your shoulders are stacked over top of your hips. Not too far forward, not too far back. Exhale, release your right knee, your right elbow to your right knee. Inhale your left arm up and over top of your head. Finding the length from your left outer foot to your left fingertips. Placing so little of your weight into your right arm that you could even just float it. Option to take your right hand down to a block on the inside or the outside of your leg or all the way down to the ground. Breathing deep. Option to spin your gaze underneath your left arm. Inhaling back to warrior two. Legs are stable. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Flip your right palm, reach back. Reach out to the right fingertips, press into the right knee. Inhale to warrior two, going into half moon pose, stepping forward, even taking your foot back, your back foot up a little bit, reaching forward with a block with your hand to the ground, reaching forward, stacking your right arm underneath your shoulder, opening your pelvis to the left side of your mat. Option to bring your left arm up. Pressing back to your left heel, firmly into your right. Keeping your gaze to the ground or lifting it to the side. 2 more breaths. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Listen carefully as you start to release, bend into your right knee, step back with your left leg into your warrior two. Land your pose, find your feet, open back up. When you get there, take your gaze over your right hand. Exhale, spin your left arm forward on either side of your right foot. Step back to plank and go through your vinyasa. Everyone meeting in downward facing dog. Two more breaths. Remember, you can take a pause at any time, finding your child's pose. And when you're ready, inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale, left foot through the left hand, spin your right heel down on a 90-degree angle. Inhale your right arm up, over and back. Left arm forward, right arm back. Warrior two. Feeling the opening of your pelvis to the right hand side. Relaxing your shoulders. Stacking your head over your shoulders, over your hips. Bending firmly into your left knee. Exhale your left elbow to your left knee. Inhale your right arm up and over top of your head into an extended side angle, pressing firmly into your outer right foot, all the way to your right fingertips, one long line. Option to bring your left hand to a block or to the ground. Press down, lift up. Feel the strength of your legs. Inhale to warrior two. Keeping your lower body nice and strong. Exhale, warrior, reverse warrior. So press back, press into your left knee, reach up with your left hand, look up. Exhale, come back. Inhale to warrior two. Getting ready for Ardha Chandrasana on the other side. Maybe taking a small step forward with your right foot. Hinging forward with your left arm to a block or to the ground. Pressing into your left foot, raising your right foot up, opening your hips to the right, an option to bring your right arm above your head. Press firmly into your left foot. Press firmly back through your right heel. Stacking your hips, finding whatever opening you can find. 2 more breaths. Bending your left knee, reaching all the way back with your right foot into warrior two. Finding your legs, pressing back. When you're ready, exhaling, windmilling both of your arms back on either side of your left foot, stepping back to plank and coming through your vinyasa. All the way down, coming into up dog or cobra. Exhale, coming all the way back this time, all the way back into child's pose. If it feels like you want to, take a couple letting go breaths. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling out through your mouth. One more time. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Choosing to stay in child's pose or choosing to come back into downward facing dog. Pressing back into downward facing dog. Inhale, floating all the way forward into plank. Exhaling, coming into right side plank again. Inhaling your left arm up. Choosing to either stagger your feet or stack them, lifting your hips, being aware of where your head is. Press into your right arm, lift up with your left. One more breath. Releasing your left hand back, coming into plank, pausing for just a moment, coming into left side plank. Coming into your left arm, reaching your right arm up. Finding your core strength. Staggering your feet or stacking them, lifting up with your right arm. One more breath. Releasing your right hand, come back into your plank and coming through your flow. So releasing your knees, coming all the way down. Inhaling into your back bend, exhaling and pressing back into downward facing dog. Taking a peek forward, looking forward, and walking and hopping to the front of your mat. Exhaling into a forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Reach up, look up. Exhale to hands to heart center. Releasing your hands on either side. Coming into dancer's pose. Pressing firmly into your left foot. Bending your right knee. Inhaling your left arm up and over top of your head. Placing your right hand onto your right ankle. Kicking your right foot into your right hand, hinging forward, keeping your hips parallel to the ground. Kicking back, your foot into your hand into your foot. Reaching forward, look forward a few feet. Keeping your chest nice and high. For 3. If you fall out, just come back. For 2. And for 1. With control, come all the way back. Release your foot down. Inhale, your arms up. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Coming into the other side, stepping firmly into your right foot. Inhale your right arm up. Place your left foot, your left hand onto your left foot. Inhale for length. Kicking your left foot into your left hand. Coming forward, pressing back. Keeping your hips parallel to the mat. Looking forward a few feet, kick a little harder. For 3. For 2. And for 1. Coming back up. Releasing everything. Inhale your arms up and over top of your head. Look up, exhale, forward fold, all the way down. Releasing your head down. Keeping your feet hip distance apart. Placing the palms of your hands underneath each one of your forefoot. So you're stepping forward onto your palms underneath your feet. Toes are coming all the way to your wrist creases. Bend your knees, release the crown of your head towards the ground. Lifting your hips any amount. Feeling the weight of your feet in your body, opening up your palms. Releasing any tension in your wrists. Feeling the breath go all the way down your back body. 2 more breaths. Releasing your hands from underneath your feet. Inhaling to halfway lift, hands to blocks or shins. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse one, all the way up. Reach up, hands to heart center. Taking a big step back with your left leg, coming into a wide angle. So making sure both of your feet are on the same line. Okay, so roughly your wrists are in line with your ankles. Place your hands on either one of your hips, fingers down, spin your elbows back, looking forward, broadening through the collarbone. Inhaling for length, exhaling, folding forward. Coming all the way to halfway lift. Reaching out through your sitting bones, reaching forward through the crown of your head, releasing your hands down to the mat and exhaling as you walk your hands under and fold even deeper. Placing your hands at shoulder distance or wider, bend your elbows. Rocking onto your toes, rocking onto your heels, finding your centerpiece. An option to micro bend your knees to take the pressure out of your hamstrings. Lift your sitting bones even higher. Breathing nice and deep. Inhaling, walking your hands forward to halfway lift. Your left hand is directly underneath your face. You're reaching forward with the crown of your head, pressing back through your pelvis. Inhale, you sweep your right arm up and over top. And if it's too much through your shoulders to have your right arm come up, then release your hand to the back of your pelvis and look to your right hand side, or have your right hand up and over top. Press down into your left hand, reach up with your right. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, sweep your left arm up. Making sure you're solid in both your feet. Option to spin your gaze any amount to the left-hand side. One more breath. Exhale, your left hand down. Inhale one more time. Sweep your right arm up. Exhale, bring your right hand, sweep it all the way through. Bring it to the outside of your left shin, your left thigh, wherever you can grab hold of. Walk your left hand forward, finding the twist. So your left hand is straight out in front of you. You're firmly in both your feet. The right hand is reaching across to your left shin, pressing back through both your sitting bones. So finding the balance in your pelvis, but opening up your thorax to the left. Breathe a little deeper. Releasing your head between your shoulders. Releasing your right hand back. Walking your left hand back, halfway lift. Inhale, sweep your left arm up. Exhale, bring it right through underneath your right. Reach over to your right foot. Hold on to whatever you can. Walk your right hand forward. Looks like you're in an extended down dog with your arm. Press back through your sitting bones. Reaching forward with your right hand, pressing back with your sitting bones. Feeling the twist through your body. Breathing deep. Releasing your left arm back, walking your right hand back. Walking your feet in just a little bit, coming to halfway lift, option to bring your hands to your hips. Take a deep breath in and inhale all the way back up to standing. Bend into your right knee, press forward, hinge to the right hand side of your mat, coming up. Inhale, your right arms up, your arms up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, step back to plank, coming through your vinyasa, or skip the vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Inhaling your right leg up. Exhale, right foot through to right hand, warrior two. Inhale, your left arm up and back, settling into warrior two. One breath, one motion. Exhale, right elbow to right knee. Inhale, your left arm up and over top of your head. Inhale to warrior two. Looking forward, going to Ardha Chandrasana. Pressing forward onto your right leg, reach down with your right hand, opening up to the left-hand side of your mat, or falling out. Reaching up with your left arm, coming back into warrior two, take a big step back with your feet, land your warrior two, open it up. Exhale, reverse your warrior, reach back. Inhale, warrior two, both your arms down, either side, step back to plank. Come through your vinyasa. Exhale, meeting in downward facing dog. Last side. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, left foot through to left hand. Warrior two. Spin your back heel down on 90 degrees, lifting up. Exhale, left elbow down to left knee. Inhale your right arm up and over top of your head. Pressing down, reaching up. Inhale back to warrior two. Coming to Ardha Chandrasana. Stepping forward onto your left leg, reaching forward with your left hand. Opening up to the right hand side of your mat. One long breath. Stepping back to warrior two. Almost done. Do your best. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Reach back with your left hand. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, hands down. Last flow, step back to plank, come through your vinyasa. Into your back bend. And meet in downward facing dog. Looking forward, walk or hop to the front of your mat. Into a forward fold. Inhaling to halfway lift. This time exhaling, coming all the way down into a squat, finding your way all the way back down onto your back. Roll all the way down. Place your feet out in front of you. Hands either behind your thighs or out to the side. Keeping your feet firmly planted, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow. For 5. Keep going. 4. For 3. 2. And 1. Release all the way down. Inhale both your knees into your chest. Exhale, press your knees into your chest. Option to rock from side to side. Close your eyes. Release both your feet, setting up for bridge. So option in bridge to come into the full expression of the bridge, or if you have a more advanced practice, you're welcome to go into wheel. I'm not going to cue it on video if you've not done it a lot or you don't feel comfortable in it. I think it's one of those things better to do together. So if you want to go into wheel, by all means, we're going to do this 3 times. The first time, I'm going to cue a full bridge pose, and then you have the option to go directly into wheel, or if you are done with it, grab your block, and what you'll do is when you press into your feet, you'll lift your hips and place your block underneath your pelvis, either flat on its first side or reaching it up on its most vertical side, placing it underneath your sacrum and just releasing down. So you find what option you want, making sure that your heels are nice and close to your sitting bones, your feet are hip distance apart. Place your hands on either side of your body, palms down. Inhale, exhale, press down into your feet, lifting your hips up. Option to interlace your palms underneath your back body, roll onto one shoulder then the other. Press down, lift up. Feel the strength of your legs. All 4 corners of your feet rooted firmly into the ground. Lift your pelvis even higher. Feel your chest lifting towards your chin. Exhale, release your hands and roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Walking your feet to the sides of your mats, let your knees just roll in. Rest your palms on your pelvis. Close your eyes. Setting up again, taking your feet back to hip distance. You choose the option. Press down into your feet, press down into your hands. Inhale, exhale, press down, lift up. Making sure that your knees are tracking in line with your feet. Press into your feet, lifting your hips even higher. Keeping your gaze to the ceiling. Lift a little higher. Exhale, release your hands, release your pelvis, come all the way back down. Knees knocking in together, hands resting on your belly. For this last option, you can go into wheel. Choose now to go into more of a restorative bridge with the block or your books. Or come with me into the bridge that we just did, or follow what I'm about to do. So setting back up for your last bridge, pressing down into your feet, lifting your hips, interlacing your hands, pressing down firmly into your feet. Walk your left foot in just a little bit more. Inhale your right knee in. Exhale, press your right heel all the way up to the ceiling. Keep your hips lifted. Hold it for 3. Press down, lift up for 2. And for 1. Bend your right knee, place your right heel down. Press firmly into your right heel, lift your hips. Inhale your left knee up. Exhale, press your left heel to the ceiling. Keep your hips up, press into your right leg, lift a little higher for 3, for 2, you got it. And 1, release your left knee. Exhale, and let your body release down 1 vertebrae at a time. Take your feet nice and wide. Release your knees towards one another. Close your eyes. Keeping your eyes closed, just draw both knees into your chest. Bring them nice and wide all the way out to your armpits and rock from side to side. Option to go into happy baby. Reach both your hands between your knees. Taking hold of your feet on the outside edge, bending your knees to 90 degrees. Pressing your feet into your hands into your feet. Drawing your knees nice and wide into your armpits. Lengthening your tailbone towards the front of your mat. Breathing deeply in the space between your legs. An option to allow your hips to rock from side to side. Close your eyes. Release your knees. Roll onto your side and come to sit up, going into just a couple forward bends before we settle into the last couple of moments of practice. And if you have a particularly tight pelvis or lower back, coming into a forward fold, whether your legs are nice and wide to the side or directly out in front of you, if you feel like you're in this position when you do it, then I want you to roll up your blanket and sit on the edge of your blanket. Let your pelvis just tilt off the edge, and it'll allow your hips to roll forward as opposed to be so far into your back body. And I know you can't fully see me, so I'm going to turn in a moment. But as we go into a forward fold, if you are already in your forward fold and you have the nice expression in the opening, flex both your feet and walk your body forward, leading with your chest and releasing your body down, either onto your fingertips, onto blocks, or all the way down. And if you're the person like I was for about 100 years, you might want to bend your knees. So bending your knees and sitting on the edge of a rolled up mat or towel is really important. So this is the same thing. If you bend your knees, you flex your feet, you can roll your pelvis forward. You either have your hands behind you, reaching forward with your chest, reaching out through your crown, or if you have a little bit more availability, you can walk your hands forward any amount. And when you're ready, you can start to lengthen your legs as you feel comfortable. So wherever you are, inhaling for some length, exhaling for a little bit more forward fold. Hamstrings need a lot of love. And what they don't like to be is overstretched. So those options that I give you with your knees bent, they're really, really important to take if you feel all of the stretch into your lower back. So this is a very, very good forward fold. So wherever you are, you are. Make sure you're not translating the tension to your face, to your jaw, to your shoulders. One more deep breath. Walking your hands back up. Taking your hands underneath your knees, drawing your knees in, reaching your right leg forward, placing your left foot on the outside of your right knee. Take your right arm all the way around your left knee. Walk your left hand behind you. Inhale for length. Exhale, twist to your left. Flexing your right foot, sitting up nice and tall. Rotating to the left. Stacking your shoulders over top of your hips. Breathing deep into your left side body. Releasing your gaze back to center, unwinding, placing your left foot straight. Flex your right foot, place it on the outside of your left leg. Left arm all the way around your right knee. Walk your right hand back. Inhale for length. Exhale, twist to the right hand side. One more deep breath in, find some length. Exhale, twist a little more. Release your gaze back to the front of the mat, unwind. Take both your feet out in front of you. Take the soles of your feet together, draw them closer to your sitting bones. Sit up nice and tall. Holding onto your feet, energetically press both your knees to the ground. Inhale for length. Exhale, coming forward, leading with your chest. Letting your elbows gently press into your thighs. Opening up your legs. Reaching forward with your crown. In a forward fold, Baddha Konasana. Inhale for length. Exhale to fold. Let your stretches be as dynamic or as static as it feels comfortable. Sometimes it feels nice to create a small waving action, timing it with your breath. Two more breaths. Option to let go and fold all the way down. Inhale, rising up, walking your hands behind you, taking your feet out in front of you. Take your feet to hip distance apart. Start to wave your feet, your knees from side to side like windshield wipers. Allow your hips and pelvis to move with the motion, keeping your shoulders and your elbows nice and bent, back and forth. When you're ready, starting to roll back, all the way back, drawing your knees into your chest. Exhale, place both your feet back on the ground. Inhale your right ankle onto your left knee. Coming into figure four, reach through with your left hands, or your hands on the back of your left thigh, drawing your left thigh towards your chest and gently pressing your right knee out with your right elbow. Keeping your lower back on the ground, relaxing through your shoulders, flexing both your feet. Close your eyes. Feeling the stretch all the way down through your right thigh and your right glute. Releasing your left foot back to the mat, and just listen to what I'm saying for a second, keeping your right foot on top of your left knee, letting your body drop to the left-hand side, and let your right sole of your right foot land on the ground. And then energetically opening up your right knee to the sky, pressing it away with you with your hand gently, and feeling this deep opening all the way down the front of your right groin, your right hip flexor. And if this tweaks your knee or places too much pressure, then move your foot in a position where it doesn't create so much pressure. It's a pretty big opening. 2 more breaths. Close your eyes. Inhale, bring your leg all the way back up into the figure 4. Release your right foot. Inhale your left ankle through to your right thigh. Reach through and gently draw your right knee towards your chest. Flex both your feet. Gently press your left knee away from you. Relax your shoulders. Release your right foot back to the mat. And now let your whole body fall to the right-hand side. Release the sole of your left foot right to the mat and open up your knee away from you. So gently, either energetically or gently pressing your left knee away, opening up all the way down the left front of your hip and through your groin. Breathing deep, relaxing your shoulders. Releasing the stretch, rocking your legs back, taking your left ankle off your right and drawing both your legs in nice and close. Rocking from side to side and deciding what you want to do with the last 30 seconds of your practice. What kind of motion and movement do you need right now to make your body feel the way you want it to feel? And when you're ready, releasing your back body to the mat, coming into Shavasana, making sure your feet and your arms are not touching anything. So open your feet nice and wide. Open your arms nice and wide. Gentle tuck of your shoulder blades underneath your back body, rolling your palms open and closing your eyes. Don't skip your Shavasana. This is the part where your body takes in all the goodness of your practice and lets it land. Release your breath. Feel the hands of Mother Earth supporting you. I'm going to read a poem from Dana Falls, keeping your eyes closed. It's called Just for Now. Just for now, without asking how, let yourself sink into stillness. Just for now, lay down the weight you so patiently bear upon your shoulders. Feel the earth receive you and the infinite expanse of the sky grow even wider as your awareness reaches up to meet it. Just for now, allow a wave of breath to enliven your experience Breathe out whatever blocks you from the truth. Just for now, be boundless, free, with awakened energy tingling in your hands and feet. Drink in the possibility of being who and what you really are. So fully alive that the world looks different, newly born and vibrant, just for now. Start to move your fingers and toes. Draw your legs close together. Press out through the bottom of your feet. Inhale your arms up over top of your head. Reaching over your head, pressing through your toes, and exhale and relax. When you're ready in your own time, draw your knees to your chest, roll onto your right hand side, resting your head on your right elbow. Draw your knees in nice and close. When you're ready, pressing into your left palm, press your body up and come to sit in a cross-legged seated position, resting your palms in your lap with your eyes closed. Once you get there, keeping your eyes closed, inhale your arms out to the side, all the way up, reaching towards the sky. When your palms get to the top, lift your gaze to look up. Exhale, palms together, bringing it all the way through your heart center, bowing your head deeply. Thanking yourself for showing up for you today. And from my heart to yours, Namaste. Thank you for meeting me on the mat. Thank you, Rebecca. You're my pop-up today. Last minute class, I knew that whoever needed to be here would be here. So whether you're in real time or you're watching this and doing your practice on replay, I hope that you have a magical day. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. Namaste.